think the way that I view myself has always been, I don't want this to sound like a sob story, but I've never thought very highly of myself, which is why I got into, it's what led me to hardcore music when I was a kid, because I wasn't good at sports and I wasn't good with mechanics, or I wasn't good at school. And I found a group of people that accepted me, you know what I mean, for who I was. I've never had a super high self-esteem, which has led me to identify myself by my job or what I've been doing. When I worked at a record label, I was Jimmy, the guy that works at the record label, and I really liked the fact that I could say that. When I sang for a band, I liked that I was the singer for a band, and I identified myself by that. And I guess it was 3.5 years ago. I'm bad with dates and times, but I think it was about 3.5 years ago. My ex-wife left me. She divorced me, and I lost my job and a lot of friends, and I stepped down from my job. But I kind of lost all my identity at that point. I was really humbled, and I've had to kind of relearn who I am through this whole experience. People deal with pain and hurt in different ways. Some people use pain and hurt as a way to strengthen themselves and better themselves. And unfortunately, I went the other way. I kept hurting myself because someone was hurting me. I didn't cut myself or anything weird, but my 4 best friends during that time were Jim, Jack, and Ben and Jerry. And I gained probably 40, 50 pounds in about 8 months. I've got the stretch marks to prove it. And it's really been a battle to get back on track, and that's why cycling has really been so good for me. It's good on so many different levels. The health aspect is obvious. I'm super competitive. I'm 5'8" and I'm Irish, so I'm very prideful, and I don't like to get beat. I love riding fast. I love riding in the city, partly because I have ADD, and if I was on a country road, I'd go nuts. But I love riding in between cars and waving at people. It's awesome. So, I got into cycling for health, but also it's one of the best times that I have to clear my head. I live close to the inner city, and my ride into Indianapolis, I pass some really poor neighborhoods, and I live in one, and I pass homeless shelters, and I want to be a light in those communities, and as I ride past those places or past kids on the street or on their porches, I like waving at people, making people smile, and some people shoot bottle rockets at me. It's better than bullets. It's a good time to clear my head, and those homeless shelters that I pass, it reminds me of how blessed I am to have what I do have. It gives me an opportunity to think about them and pray for them, and I love people a lot. I love the cycling community in Indianapolis. I don't know. I think that since I went through that hard time, it's really made me want to reach out to other people, because I know what it's like to go through pain. I don't know. Can you ask me again since we're cutting this? Because I'm trying to think of the right.
If you don't know,
yeah,
it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to answer that question. It's I am a Christian, and I try to hold close to the teachings of Jesus, and he talks a lot about dying to yourself, to put other people first. Unfortunately, I think that that's been misrepresented a lot in Christianity on so many levels. But, I feel like the more that I die to myself and want to take care of other people, the more fulfilled I feel. There's a lot of gratification there, seeing other people do well in life and helping people get to that point. There was a guy that I was meeting with for a while. I was trying to counsel him through a hard time that he was going through, and he ended up committing suicide. And this is a few weeks ago, and it was rough because it was another hard situation that I was facing, and I was at that crossroads again. Where was I going to deal with that pain in a negative way like I had in the past, or was I going to put forth the effort to move forward in helping other people, not giving up on people or myself, and keep pushing forward? And I think it was really that point when I started riding more. I rode before that, but I really started riding more and faster and harder, and I've wanted to keep pushing since. Yeah, I think that I'm engaged now to an amazing woman, and I want to be the best husband I can for her. Like I don't want to be 50 years old walking around with an oxygen mask and a walker and not be able to take care of her and clean the gutters or like carry the groceries in for her. You know what I mean? Like I want to have kids, and I want to be. I'm 34, so I'm already going to be an old dad, but I want to be able to play baseball and go on bike rides with my kids. Like I think that, again, it's an others thing that's making me want to push forward, but like I want to be able to take care of the people that I love and care about. There's applications on our phones that you can race against yourself and race against other people, and I think that I'm on my phone all day at work, like looking at other people's segments and seeing if they've beat me. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to get off work to go try and like ride that segment, and beat them. You know what I mean? Like I love it. And gosh, when I really started riding, I was 236 pounds, and I got on the scale today and I was 207. So there's a lot of excitement and joy found in that, and I'd like to keep moving in that direction. Yeah, I have horrible allergies. I went to the allergist. They do this test where they'll prick you with different allergens, different trees and grasses and cats and dogs and things, and they were freaking out because I was allergic to every grass and every tree in Indiana. I was so allergic to cats and dogs that they were debating on whether or not to take me to the hospital. It was crazy. With that comes asthma. I kept believing this lie that I wasn't going to be able to ride because of asthma. But the more I ride, the better it gets. The less times a day I have to take an inhaler. Like the less I have a better time breathing. Like at night, it's awesome. Like I feel like we're supposed to be active as humans. Like we're not supposed to be just sitting around all day. If you look back in history, people worked hard. I work manual labor all day, but I can't wait to get off work and just get on my bike. I've always been 100% with what I've done, whether it's good or bad. And it can be like the worst thing in the world, but it can also be the best. Because of it, I'm a pretty faithful person to my friends because I want to give 100%. I was into motorcycles for a long time. I still think they're awesome, but I just sold my Harley yesterday, which was really sad. But last year when I was riding my bicycle more, I neglected the Harley. I got so into riding the bike because I knew that I was doing something good for my body. I didn't grow up a Christian. I met a girl that was going to hardcore shows when I was 18, and thought she was cute, so I started going to church because I thought I could get some if I went. And it's a long story, but I was so interested about why these people were so nice and what all that looked like, and I kept going, like even without the motive of this girl. And like I said, I'm 34 and I've been a Christian since I was 19 years old, and I've been to Israel, I've been to Ukraine, Nicaragua, and Mexico, and worked in special needs orphanages, and really been able to love people, and it's awesome. I just love taking care of people. I'd like to be a dad, and I would like to be racing at the velodrome for sure. I've got 2 friends that were in the Olympics for track bike riding that have been incredibly encouraging to me, and I don't know if you'd call it coaching because it's long distance, but I mean with diet and different things to do on the bike, and they've been awesome. And I know that I'm not going to go to the Olympics, but man, I would love to just ride on that track and race. That's what I'd like to be doing in 2 years and be good at. There is a high that comes along with it that I don't get anywhere else. Like, I just love to push and work on my cadence and have a rhythm in my head, and like there is a high that comes along with cycling, and I've not experienced something like it. Like I've played in a band on a stage in front of 3,000 to 5,000 kids at a time, and like it was cool, but this is better. It is. Unfortunately, I think that I can't get out of that position. Not because I think I'm awesome, but it's just the way that I'm wired. Like my brain works that way, and I would love to just see the cycling community in Indianapolis. And that doesn't mean just kids that ride fixed gears or guys on road bikes or mountain bikes, whatever. Like I would just love to see a lot of unity. And there is. I'm not saying that there's not. There's a lot of really cool community here, but I would love to help form that even more if possible.